Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this Republic of Motorsport, a special stream, League versus League racing today. We have the Republic of Motorsport guys going up against the Calendar Season Racing League, or CSR for short. It's 9v9, and the Republic of Motorsport guys will be racing in red, and the CSR boys will be racing in black liveries to differentiate them all. Let's see how we get on. We are going around Austria. Just wait for everybody to ready up with their tyre selections, and then we will get going. Right, into the session we are. It's a sunny day so far, so let's hope for some really quick times here. Looking around the probably 1:04:03 mark on the F1 2020 game. And we've got one guy coming out. The first guy to come out is from the CSR boys. It's Harry N. We've also got a Republic of Motorsport driver coming out, and that is Tommy Real. Let's see how they go. So we've got Harry N, CSR Maitland, and a few more Republic of Motorsport boys coming out now. With B Ford. Sink Levy is out. And we've got Daisy out as well. And Celtic from the Republic of Motorsport guys. Right, so let's go. Let's see who the first guy is on a lap. It's CSR Maitland. Let's get on board with him. Gone through turn 1 already. I'll say up the hill to turn 2. We'll brake as late as possible and get a nice apex. And nice drive out the corner as it's a very sketchy traction zone out of turn 3. Right down to the hill to turn 4. Downhill braking zone. Make sure you get a nice apex with it being off camber. And through turn 5 up to turn 6, the double left-hander here. And 7. Running nicely so far is CSR Maitland. Let's see what lap time he sets coming through 9 and 10. Try not to extend and cut too much through 9 and 10 because you will lose time. And Maitland's lost the rear end and he's into the pits. Here we got Daisy on a lap here. See how he does on finishing his lap. And first man over the line to finish a lap is Daisy with a 1:03.4. And the benchmark there. And B Ford has just set a 1:03 dead. So we're looking at the 1:02s more than likely here for the pole position. So we've got any of the CSR boys coming to finish a lap. CSR Pez coming around the final corner for a. Was he just starting lap? I'm not sure. Oh, and he's lost it on the exit. Oh. And a few more drivers coming in with lap times. Ludlow of the RM boys with a 1:36 and Yanni with a 1:03.5. And we've got Bobina, the first CSR league driver, to set a time of a 1:03.4. I say on board here with Matthew Connerbeer. His lap's been invalidated, so I will move on to somebody else. Let's see anybody else on a lap here. Don't think Pez is. I think possibly CSR Brownie is on a lap. Let's see how he goes. And just invalidated by looks like just track extended too far on the final corner. So we've got Lucky Lambert here from the RM boys on a lap. Let's see how he goes. It's looking nice and tidy so far from Lambert. Very nice and tidy through the penultimate corner and the final one. Will he run wide? No, he does not. This will be another lap on the board for the RM boys. It's only a 7.9, but it's a lap nonetheless. Let's see, got Harry N's got a invalidated lap by the looks of things. See, Lorne has just popped in, and Drazzy has popped in with another 3 flat as well, just ahead of B Ford. So will Harry N be going again for another lap? Quite possibly. Let's stay on board and just check. So we've got Sink Levy who's possibly on a lap as well, but we'll get back on board with Harry N. He's further up the road. Coming up to turn 3. Looking nice and tidy so far. So on board with him down to turn 4. Let's see how Harry N does through the penultimate 2 corners on board again. Let's see how he goes. And he's not track extended this time. And across the line for a 1:02.9. And I've just noticed CSR Pez, not Pez, Mayland on a 9 as well. And Sink Levy on a 1:02.9. And Tommy Reel currently on pole with a 1:02.9 as well. Very tight at the front there. Top 6 separated by just over a tenth of a second. Then we got Matthew Connerbeer on an out lap, just about to come to start his lap. Let's see how he goes. We'll stay on board with him, Matthew Connerbeer, for a lap. Nice and tidy through turn 1 it was, up through turn 2 and up to turn 3, nice and late on the brakes from Matthew Connerbeer. Didn't quite kiss the apex of the corner, but nice enough. Nice through turn 4. There's So we've got a few more drivers popping in with 1 minute 3s in the mid-range. I see Lucky Lambert's gone up to a 1 minute 3 along with Lorne from their 1 6 and 7 respectively. And we might have an error here. We've had a few people leave the session. Hang on. Not entirely sure what's happened there, unless the game has possibly kicked me out. I'm not entirely sure. And we'll see in a second. Possibly the game's just kicked me out. Right, we'll get back in. Right, let's go. Apologies for that. Back in. Hopefully we'll get some good action out of the last six and a bit minutes. I'll say currently we got Maitland just finishing his lap, and he's gone pole by 2/10 on a 1 minute 2.7. Very good lap there from Maitland. So we got Harry N looking like he's on a lap as well. Maitland just gets out the way there by the looks of things. Looking nice and tidy. Harry N is up on his current lap. See where he can get with this. Will he get close to Maitland's time, or will he? No, he's just cut the final corner, the penultimate corner, too much. Right, anybody out on a lap? Possibly Drazzy here on a lap. Let's get on board with the RM driver. See how he goes through the penultimate and final corner. Very neat and tidy so far. Doesn't track extend too far. Very nice lap there from Drazzy at 102.8, up to second place. So let's see, we've got Tommy Reel starting it up. Possibly he was on a lap, but that one might be gone. Let's just check. Might have been not an out. Well, it wasn't an out lap, but could be running again. Let's see anybody else here. Got Lorne on possibly a second lap, in lap. Let's get back on board with Tommy Reel. So we've only got 3 drivers currently not to set a time. We've got CSR West, who is out the session. And we've got CSR Pez and ROM Celtic. The only two drivers failed to set a lap time that are still in the session. We've got 4 minutes to go. I say on board here with Tommy Reel through the first sector and a half. See how Tommy does through the final half of the lap. So he's purple for himself so far. His best sector so far. Will it be challenging CSR Maitland by the end of it? He'll have just enough time to get in and put on another set of softs if he has them. And across the line, Tommy Reel does not improve. He's slowed down. See anyone here on an outlap? So we got CSR Pez back in the pits and Celtic just coming out. Now the only other driver out is Ludlow, who's invalidated his lap in a minute. This is the calm before the final storm in qualifying. Right, say on board with... What have we got here? I think I was on board with CSR Brownie. Let's see how he does through this on his final flying lap. Looking good so far for Brownie. See how much he can improve by. Looking nice and neat so far for Brownie. I haven't seen any purple sectors for him, but we'll see how this final two corners go. And just invalidated, just ran too wide at the exit of turn 9. See everybody coming on, and let's see, we've got Celtic now, who is on his possibly final lap. And Celtic is purple through the first two sectors for him. See where he can do for the penultimate two corners. Do not track extend Celtic. You want to get a lap time in. Nice, neat and tidy through that final corner. And a 103.3 puts him in 12th place. I'm saying we've currently only got CSR Pez, who is the final driver now to set a lap time that isn't out of the session. And so Tommy Reel has just retired in the pits. Let's stay on board with CSR Pez and see if he can get himself up the front of the field. I say, and Maitland has just also retired in the pit lane. Nice and neat through 7 and 8 there from Pez. Down through 9 and 10. Just try not to track extend or cut the corners too much. Nicely done from Pez. What will his lap time be? It is a 102. No, is it a 102? Is that Pez? Oh, he's in 7th place at 102.9. Say, we got Mr. B Ford not on a. He's been unable to challenge. Say now Lawn here. Bit wide through 9. Just kept it in track limits, but it's not going to be enough for Lawn. He backed off a bit there. So here's Yanni on a lap. Decent last few corners, and Yanni backs out of it. Anybody here on a lap? CSR 5. or Phil has finished. Brownie's bit is boxing. Say Lambert is not on a flying lap. I think everybody is finished. So we'll just wait for everybody to come into the pits and then we'll get on with the race. I've just seen, oh, Dacey has popped it on pole. A 102.6, what a lap from Dacey. Did not see that one come in. I thought everybody had finished, but Dacey snuck through. That's a very brilliant lap time there from SLR Dacey, who's running with the ROM boys tonight. And then Sync Levy's put it up into third. So let's run through the grid. We've got Dacey and Maitland on the front row, with Sync Levy and Lucky Lambert on row 2. Drazzy and Tommy Reel on row 3. Matthew Conabeer, CSR Pez on row 4. Harry N, B Ford on row 5. We got Ludlow and Norn on row 6. And we got Celtic and Yanni on row 7. And then the final two rows are CSR Phil. And I've run out of time. I'll go through the rest of them at the end on the warm-up lap. Right, looks like we're about to get ready to go, so I'll go through the grid once more before we get started. I'll do that on the warm-up lap. Let's have a good race, guys, and may the best league win, I suppose I could say. So right, on pole we had SLR Dacey. In second we have Maitland. Then we've got Levi, more than likely, in third. Lucky Lambert in fourth. Drazzy in fifth. Tommy Reel 6th, Matthew Conabeer 7th, CSR Pez in 8th, Harry N 9th, ROM B Ford rounding out the top 10. Then we got RM Ludlow, followed by RM Lawn, Celtic and Yanni on rows 6 and 7. And the final two rows, it's CSR Phil GH, Bobina 29, and CSR Brownie and CSR West. Let's have a good race, guys. May the best league win, and I would like to see no retirements. See what tyres people are starting on. I'd say only one outside of the top 10 not on the mediums is Celtic, who's going on the softs. Everybody in the top 10 obviously having to start on the softs, as that was the tyre they qualified on. Let's have a cracking race, lads. I'll get going in a second. And just a reminder, the Republic of Motorsport drivers are in red and white, and the CSR drivers are in black and red. And just wait for everybody to line up, and then we'll get going. And here we go. So we've got lights on now. And it's off and away we go. And it looks like Dacey's got a better start than Maitland. And Lambert's up to Lambert into second, possibly not quite, just pinched by Maitland. And Levy has got back past as well. Lambert's had a bit of a nightmare out of their corner. He's down to 5th place. But Dacey's had a cracking start up the top. This midfield battle is very, very tight in the midfield, but everyone's playing nicely so far. So we've got Matthew Conaby up the inside of Lambert here. Can Lambert hold on going into turn 6? Not quite. Matthew Conaby takes the place. Nice start from Matthew Conaby. We've got Celtic off the back at the minute. Possible incident for him. Possible wing damage on. It is, yes. Red wing on the right hand side for Celtic. Let's get back to the leaders. I say Maitland has caught up to Dacey a little bit. Will Maitland be making a move going up to turn 3 here? Looking like he is. Dacey's not putting up much of a fight so far. Trying to hang it around the outside. And not quite. Got a slight bad exit. And CSR Maitland takes the lead. So we've got Yanni just made a move past Yanni and CSR West. Side-by-side battle here. The lower placings at the minute, and CSR West comes out on possibly on top on that one, and Yanni's had a little moment but saved it. Randomly have blue flags flying for some reason. Hopefully we'll get everything sorted by the end of this lap, and here we go. DRS should be enabled. See what SLR Dacey can do. Can he come back to Maitland? Up to turn 3, or will he try and save it for turn 4? So we've got Pez and B Ford going side by side. B Ford managed to get past Pez, or not quite. No, he does not. So back to the front here, so we've got CSR Pairs beginning to put up a slight gap on SLR Dacey here. And CSR Brownie's been given a 3-second time penalty already. And we got St. Levi. Close on the back of SLR Dacey here. Everyone still in DRS range, predominantly, of the driver in front. This is going to be a very tasty battle for the front three here, for the lead. Closely followed by Drazzy here. I think St. Levi very close on the back of Dacey here. Can he get close enough to make a move? He's looking down the inside. There's slight contact there. Dacey still has the inside line for the next corner and holds the place. But nice cutback from St. Levi up to P2. We've got a 1-2 currently for the CSR boys. Dacey's down to third. Drazzy right there. Dacey's struggling out of the corners ever so slightly by the looks of things. Will he let Drazzy go? Not quite. No, he won't. Early days at the moment. And so we've got Matthew Connebeer right up on the back of them now, closing in. So Lambert settled back into 6th place after the start. So we've got CSR, Pez and B4 going side by side, and B4 gets the better of Pez on this occasion. And Harry Enns just picked up a penalty as well. So these two were battled very much in the mid stages of the ROM season that has just finished. Oh, we've got a spinner, and that is SLR Dacey. The pole sitter has spun out to the final corner, and he's got a lot of damage. It's unfortunate for Dacey. Let's just see now, can Drazzy put on the pressure to these two CSR boys out front? So Matthew Connebeer is just outside DRS range. Well, he has DRS, but he's just outside the 1 second barrier. He's got 3 ROM boys right behind him, looking to put the pressure on. So we got Tommy Reel has possibly, looks like Tommy Reel's had a spin as well. A couple of the ROM boys in the wars on this lap. Back to the battle at the front. CSR Maitland still leading, sorry. Apologies, Maitland. But Levi is closing in and closing in. He is taking the lead. I don't think Maitland has put up much of a fight there. He's let his teammate go. And what can Drazzy do with Maitland? If he can get close enough, but Matthew Connebeer is now outside the DRS range. Just 1.5 seconds now. But can he gain those 0.3 back? He's just picked up a penalty as well, I've just spotted. Pushing too hard to try and get back into that DRS range. I can imagine it with it being Austria, there's probably going to be multiple penalties for drivers today. And then we got Yanni looking like he's making a move on Phil. At the moment, just backs out of it, does Yanni. I've just seen Matthew Connebeer, or Lambert has got past Matthew Connebeer. Saying B40 is now right on the back of Matthew Connebeer, and bit sideways there from B Ford. Well, depends now how the strategy's going to play out as well, getting on into the later stages of this stint. For the soft tyre runners, depends on when they all want to pit. See, Lambert's pulled out a slight gap. Oh, Matthew Conabeer. B Ford is right behind him here. Will he be making a move up into turn 3? It's not quite close enough. And Harry N has retired from the race in the pit lane. First retirement of the day. Looks like Dacey's just popped in with the fastest lap there of a 105.5. So it's still this battle raging here for fourth place. Matthew Conabeer trying to get past Lambert with B4 right on his tail. Then there's a gap back to Pez, and then another gap to Ludlow, who's closely followed by Lawn. And we got gaps to Bobina and West, who has Phil and Yanni right behind him. Then we got CSR Brownie off the back with Dacey, Celtic and Tommy Reel all been in the wars in the early stages of this race. But you never know what can happen if you keep running, as they say. And we've had Yanni's out of the session at turn 1. And we have a safety car. I would assume Yanni has possibly lost it on the exit curb and gone off into the barrier. Yes, he has. Look at that. Lost the rear, the front right and the left rear by the looks of things. So we have a safety car and we'll have people in the pits here. For strategy calls, we've got Tommy Reel in the pits. Might be going a lap down Tommy if people don't come into the pits here. But people will be in looking at it. Everybody is in the pits. So everybody probably going on to the hard tyre here. See when it all pans out, see what tyres everybody chooses. I see position change so far in the race. We got Levi up 2, Maitland stayed the same, Drazzy up 2, Lambert has not gained or lost position. And we got B Ford up 4, Pez up 1. Ludlow and Norm both up 3. Bobina's up 6 with West up 7. Phil's up 3. Then we got Dacey's down 12 from his pole position. And we got Brownie's up 3. Celtic's down 2 and Tommy Reel is down 10. But one driver out from each league at the moment with Yanni and Harry N. And with the latter Yanni bringing out the safety car. Let's see what tyres everybody has decided to go on here. Everybody picking the hard tyre predominantly, with the exception of Matthew Conabeer going on to the medium tyre. That'll be a stint and a half on the mediums. And we've also got Tommy Reel at the back on the soft tyre. I thought I saw that CSR West going off under the safety car. Tommy Reel's looking, you would guess, to make some leeway with this soft tyre. Possibly 2 soft tyre stints to finish the race for Tommy. We'll see how that one pans out. Might be more safety cars, you never know, so we'll see what happens. And penalty wise for drivers, 6 drivers on 3 seconds so far. That's Maitland, Drazzy, Matthew Connebeer, Phil, West, Celtic and Brownie. Everybody else is penalty free so far. Now just wait for the safety car to pop in and then we'll get back to racing. Here we go, safety car in this lap. So it's down to Levi now to project the pace that he wants for the start of this the restart of this race. Right, let's see what happens now. Let's bring the action, lads. He's not gone yet. He's gone now. Got a decent jump there on Maitland. And Pez just picks up a penalty. Let's see, we've got side-by-side action further back. We've got Pez and B Ford side-by-side. B Ford trying to hang on to his position. Oh, tight, very tight there, guys. Pez comes out on top. And Ludlow's looking like he's making a move on B Ford as well here. Oh, this is very tight. Good action here. And B Ford has lost 2 places in the space of 2 corners. And it looks like Levi is pulling away out front. Got a nice little gap to Maitland, who in turn has a nice little gap to Drazzy and Lambert. And Matthew Connebeer close behind. We've got B Ford though right on the back of Ludlow here. Wanting to get back his lost position here. The battle of the number 9s. Currently we got CSR Phil right behind his West here. Just not quite close enough to make the move. But he's lost out to Celtic. Nice move there from Celtic. Trying to regain the lost ground from earlier. So we've got Dacey and Tommy Reel right behind Phil there, but Dacey's made a slight error. Tommy Reel is passed. Dacey's back down, back at the back. Let's get back up to the front. We got Matthew Connery right behind Lambert here. Can he make a move? Now with DRS active again, is very close. Should be make the move by turn 3, you'd think, and does on his medium tyres. Be not interesting to see if they can get to he can get to the end on those tyres. Got to be very, very kind to them. So we got Ludlow, looks like he's making the move on Pez, and has. Bit deep though, will Pez get the run on him up the hill? And has done. There's action up and down the field so far. Tommy Reel and Celtic are side by side. And I think Tommy Reel's just popped up ahead of Celtic there. So we've got B Ford, the closest guy behind the driver in front. At the moment, just a tenth or two. And drivers beginning to pick up penalties now. Before real close now at the back of Ludlow here. Can he get the move into turn 3? He's up the inside. Will Ludlow fight it? Don't think he does too much. He is still trying to hold on though. Ludlow isn't making it easy for his teammate at the moment. B Ford possibly now has the high ground and looks like he is now ahead. Still side by side, but Ludlow falls in behind. Matthew Cornaby is still just half a second behind Drazzy, with Maitland again just behind Levi. He'll begin to get a bit strung out now after these first few laps of battling now. CSR Pez has gained back in on Lambert here. Can he get a move done? So here we got Tommy Reel very close at the back of CSR West here. On his soft tyres, makes the move. Nicely done from Tommy Reel. Trying to charge through the field on a different strategy. Has nothing to lose. Have to be in at the back after an incident at the start. Same, we got Lorne right on behind Ludlow. And the front two, now the top 6 all have 3-second penalties. B Ford in 7th is the first driver without a penalty at the moment. Needs to start making that count. We've got Battle at the front beginning to come back together here. Matthew Connebeer has got past Drazzy. So it's a CSR front 3 at the minute with Drazzy close in behind. And we've just passed half distance here. And see if Matthew Connebeer's strategy will pay off for him. Will he win this race on those medium tyres? Or will they drop off at the end? We just don't know. He's got to be very, very kind on them. And say Pez just gets past Lambert, but Lambert is right up behind him. Can he get back at him? He's trying. Hold it around the outside. Very tight here. Not quite going to work for Lambert on this occasion. Still there though, can make a comeback on it. Let's say with the front 4 have pulled away here. Then we've got Pez at the start of the next bunch of cars, pretty much all the way down to Celtic in 13th. CSR West in 12th. They are line astern with a little gap to Celtic, who has Phil, Dacey and Brownie behind him. Let's see what's going to happen here. Will Pez fall prey now to the DRS in this battle for the... Matthew Connerbeer is gaining in on Maitland here. Is he going to be close enough to make a move? Not quite, I wouldn't say, but you got Lambert right up on Pez here. Can he get a move done going into turn 4? It's tied again, not quite. Pez holds on nicely. There's B Ford right behind Lambert now. Very entertaining battle here. 5th place here. Drivers swapping positions left and right so far. Pez doing a very good job holding on at the head of this battle at the moment. Say can... Oh, B Ford has got past Lambert. I've just spotted. I didn't see that one on track, but he's looking at Pez now. And he is through. And which one? I think, yes, CSR Pez will have the DRS. Can he get back past? Or will B Ford hang on with the inside line? Very respectful there from B Ford. Side-by-side action through the middle sector, through turns 5, 6 and 7. And coming up to 7 and 8. And B Ford just on the outside hanging on and picks up a penalty. Just ran too far off track. Will he hang on here? This is great action here for 5th place. And CSR Pez is through after a slap of side-by-side action there. Before back in prime position with DRS again. This could be a battle that rages on. Actually, we've had... I've just seen Maitland is nowhere to be seen at the front. Possibly he's pitted onto the soft tyre. Must have... Don't quite know what's happened to Maitland there, but I'd say Pez and B Ford putting on a show here in these last few laps. It's tons of side-by-side action. Neither driver wanting to give up on position 4 as it is now. Pez still holds on valiantly for this 4th place. B4 got a bit squirrely there out of the final corner. And once again, Pez at the front of this train. He's got 4 rampant ROM drivers right behind him. He's doing very well to hang on in front of all of them. B4 up the inside into turn 3. Pez tries to hang on around the outside. And which one of them will have DRS? It's Pez. Pez will back in front, and B Ford looks down the inside at turn 4, but nothing doing. And the front 3 with this battle are pulling further and further away. The gap is up to almost 7 seconds from Drazzy to Pez now. This is great action here in the midfield. They will be recharging the batteries now of those 2 laps of absolute brilliance between Pez and B Ford. Ford's not opened his DRS on this occasion. It's strange. Possibly just choosing not to get past, and now going for the run down to turn 4. if possible. If he can make it stick, not quite. And Drazi and Matthew Conaby are closing in on Levi here. And have an interesting battle for the lead coming up very shortly. So, currently now with 2/3 in. Only 2 drivers failed to pick up a penalty so far. That's Lorne and Bobina. They're doing a brilliant job of keeping it within the track. Matthew Conaby has picked up another penalty in this battle for the lead. And Drazi is right on his gearbox now. Can he make the move going up into turn 3? Or is he going to wait for turn 4? Possibly waiting for turn 4. Can Drazi get the move done? Going down into turn 4. It's tight, not quite. That's it, and B Ford is ahead of Pez now. And looks like he's got the move done for the time being. I'm sure Pez will be coming back at him on the next lap. Let's see how can Matthew Conaby hold off AB Drazi here. Oh, and Matthew Conaby is in the pit lane. It's now a 2-way battle at the front. Drazi and Levi battling it out, with B Ford now up to the podium places, with Pez dropping away ever so slightly, but with DRS we'll probably gain all that time back. So this battle now for the final podium spot is 8 seconds off the lead. And Drazi is just outside of Levi's DRS, but can he get back in? Can he get into it? So B Ford now just is, looks like he's just pulling tenths here and there on Pez. Just pulling out that gap, trying to get out of DRS. The gap's up to 7 tenths. He's gaining roughly a tenth a lap. Tenth or 2 a lap. Pez is just struggling to hang on to his pace at the minute. The DRS is helping him, but he does have Lambert and Ludlow right behind him. I think B Ford is just trying to eke out that 1 second gap and possibly make some inroads on the front 2, but I think the gap for him is a bit too much at the moment. Unless we've got a safety, we've got a yellow flag in sector 2, we've got someone round. I think that might well have been CSR Phil down in 14th place. It looks like it was. And back to this battle for 3rd. Before just eking out the advantage. I was saying Phil's had another incident in turns 7 and 8, but we've got a green flag again. Still going, Phil might be boxing for fresh rubber here. Probably overcooked the tyres on a couple of spins, and you can't blame him for pitting there. Dacey has lost out to Matthew Conaby here. Pez has gained back in on B Ford. Just had a recharge probably, and he's now back on the prowl. And we've had Drazi leave the session. Oh. So that could cost him dear. Just see if we can get him back in the session. Gives Levi a nice little advantage now over a stricken Drazi at the moment. See if he can get back in the session and back into racing mode. But B Ford is still hanging on here from Pez, just doing what he can at the moment in this battle for third. Right. I'm saying they're just about to come past a stricken Drazi here. Unfortunately, he's had a very good race so far. I'm not entirely sure what's happened to him. But that little bit of DRS would have helped Mr. B Ford out a bit on one straight. Right, Pez looking back in on the action here. Looking back for P2 here. Got Drazi back in the session yet? No, still dropping. Very unfortunate for the ROM driver. Was having a very good race. So we got Levi nicely out in front. Just now got to control it to the finish. Got a nice 9.5 second lead over B Ford, who is being hounded by Pez, Lambert, Ludlow, Lorne. Literally a train of 9 cars here. We got Matthew Conaby and Maitland at the back of it after their pit stops, but they are right back in the action here. Matthew Conaby on the soft tyres, coming back through the field, along with Maitland, who is also on the soft tyres. These two drivers on an absolute charge. B Ford is still hanging on very nicely here to his P2. Don't think Drazi has gotten back in yet. He's still dropping like a fly. Right, let's see. We've still got, I'm saying, action behind there. We've got, Matthew Conaby passing Lorne and Maitland passing Bobina. These two drivers could well finish on the podium as long as these soft tyres don't fall off. Intense battle here. But the final 2 steps on the podium, all the way down to 10th here. Any one of these drivers could finish on this podium. And I would say the ones likely to at the minute are possibly Lorne and Bobina, as long as they can keep in touch, because they are penaltyless at the moment. And here we go again, Matthew Conaby looking on Ludlow now for 5th place. Ludlow trying to hang on, but not going to happen on this occasion. Matthew Conaby on an absolute charge. Excellent drive from Matthew Connerby, who does co-commentate on the ROM League most weekends with CSR Skills. Unfortunately, couldn't be here tonight to commentate, so myself filling in, but very good racing so far. Matthew Connerby is looking for 4th place on Lucky Lambert here. And he's up back into 4th place. And Pez is looking for a move on B Ford, and he's up the inside going up to turn 3. And looks like he's got the move done. B Ford looking at the cutback, you would think, down to turn 4. I'm saying Lawn is out of the session. Oof, what's happened to Lawn? That's unfortunate for him. He was having a really good race there. And look at this. Oh, there is contact between Matthew Connerby and B Ford. Matthew Connerby wants to get through on his soft tyres. Absolutely desperate. He's got the speed. And he's through on B Ford. And you think soon he'll be through on CSR Pez. And there it goes. He is up the inside. Up into 2nd place, and B Ford is making a move on Pez as well. He's took advantage, and nicely done from the ROM driver. Or has he not made it stick? He has. He's very tight here, and Lambert's looking for a move as well. Oh, 3 wide into turn 3. Oh, it does not go, boys. Oh, slight contact from Pez and Lambert there. Lambert right on the back of Pez. It's up the inside here. And it's going to be tight here on the exit, but Pez may well just hold on. Going up to turn 6. No, whoa. And Lambert's round the outside trying to hold on. He's doing a good job. He's backed out of it there. Excellent racing, boys. So we have a yellow flag in sector 2. We've got Celtic round. I think it was Celtic, yes. Oof! And we've just had CSR Maitland hit the back of Lambert, oh not Lambert, Ludlow there. Picked up wing damage for Maitland. And we're on the, I've just realised we're on the final lap here. So much action going on. Can Lambert make a move on Pez? He's looking for it at turn 4. Oh, side by side now. Not quite from Lambert there. Let's get back to the race leader of Sink Levi. He's done an absolutely sterling job out front. Congratulations to Sink Levi on the race win. Matthew Connerby is coming round for P2, but obviously everyone with penalties, we just don't know where they'll finish right now. Then we got B Ford across the line, moves up a place. And we have Bobina finishing in 2nd, penalty-less. Great drive from him. B Ford, the final podium finisher. So we got Drazi again down the field. He couldn't get back in, unfortunately for him. Just waiting on a couple of guys to finish now. That's Phil and Celtic. Right, let's get a few of the lads in to see what they thought of their races. I'll just wait for the... Ooh. Right, I'll say, if anyone is here, remember to include your audio. I think you might well be, Mr. Ford. Well, I'll talk with you quickly before we end the stream then. How, in regards to the race then, obviously with the interleague battle, how was your race? I was on board with a lot of your battle, to be fair, because it was very side-by-side action for a lot of it with Mr. Pez. But what was it like for you? Yeah. I was going to say possibly a few disqualified laps, I would assume. Pretty much. Yeah, but just a word then, in a different sense, in regards to, I know it was the interleague battle between the CSR boys. They've come out on top. Have you got anything to say to them after this one-off event before we get onto the new game? Yes. Yeah. Good fun. Well, anyway, I assume this is the last action we'll have on this current game, and then we're looking at possibly a month or so into the new game before the Republic of Motorsport kicks back into action, won't we? Three weeks after launch. Right, so a lot of practicing will be needed then for most of the drivers then. Yes and no, I like that. But anyway, thank you for joining me at the end, Mr. Ford. And I don't know why I call you that, but I just did. But I look forward to seeing you guys in action on F1 2021, and I assume you'll be looking forward to trying to retain your crown as well. Yes, it was a very enjoyable race all round, and I look forward to if you guys do more of these in the future. So it's a very entertaining race to watch. So, and on that note, we'll call that on the end of F1 2021 for the Republic of Motorsport, and we will see you guys. We'll see you guys on F1 2021.